All right, so in this tutorial, we're going to do is draw out a character. So I'm going to do, we'll just choose full HD, and that should be 1920 by 1080, and I believe it just says action script. So if you do one that's not, just so you can see, it doesn't say action script, but we know it is because it doesn't determine, and it went over to the other side, which is super handy. Hang on a second. All right. If we choose something that wasn't, so let's say we do web, right? And I'll choose this one. I'll create. What you're going to see is on the top. See how it says canvas? So we know it's not canvas, meaning it's not the HTML5 standard. It is instead going to be an ActionScript one, which is what we want because we're doing an animation, not something for the web. In the future, we may, not want to do that, but that's what we're going to do here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fit the frame. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our drawing. So whenever you're working on anything, digital, it's always a good idea to bring something in. So I drew something inside of Photoshop, and then I'm just going to bring it in here, whatever. So file, import. We'll just import right to the stage. And I don't remember where I put that drawing, but it's probably somewhere over here. And I also don't remember what I called it. Probably Cecil Seahawk or something. Cecil, there we go. Open. All right, and there's my drawing in all of its gloriousness. So do I like this drawing? No, I don't. But but I wanted to do something like usually I do my little cone dude or whatever. I wanted to do something that was kind of generic, so that's why I did this. And I figured doing the Seahawk guy, whatever. So I'm at Q, so I can scale him. Make sure you hold Shift so it stays proportionate, and we'll just put him right in the center there, like so. And then I'm just going to control plus, 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 minus, something like that. Okay. All right, so we got that dude there. Let's just go ahead and rename this. It's always a good idea to rename. There we go. And we'll just call this reference. And then I'm going to go and double click on this. And thank you. That's what I wanted. Double click on this. And we're going to go ahead and do opacity. Let's do the opacity. Let's do 25 just so it's a little bit easier to see. Outline color, that's fine. And yeah, we'll just do like that. Okay. Okay. There we go. Just got to do it 3 times. And I don't know why it didn't do any of the things. Okay, that was neat. I'm using a tablet here, so I don't know if maybe it just doesn't like weird. Okay, cancel. It's like delayed. 25. And then we'll hit, and we'll lock it too. And we'll hit OK. There it goes. I don't know what's going on there. That was weird. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start drawing it here. So, I purposely left it a little bit loose because that'll make it harder to do. I could have drawn a more tight thing, but, this will show you that it's a good idea to generally have your drawings be nicer. Okay. So, if you watch the previous video, you'll see that I probably put it up earlier in the website and not in this slider specifically, but I cover basically these brushes, and this is what I'm going to primarily use in order to draw my dude here. Okay. You might find you have a preference for, one thing over another. But, yeah. So, I'm going to generally use this brush and probably like the paintbrush and the fill where you are right there. Okay. So, you might even want to do a thing where you click on this and then drag off the ones you're not going to use because why have them in there if you're not using them? So, anyway, I'm going to choose this brush. We'll start off with that. I don't really care. And I'm going to leave it black for right now because I'm just going to try and outline it. And I'm going to go up to his head. And what we're going to do is just generally draw him, and then afterwards we'll go through and kind of separate it. You could draw it in separate pieces, and that might work well to some degree. Maybe we'll even do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll draw some of it separate pieces. We'll do his head on this layer, and then, but I might need to break it up later on when we actually do the puppet part. So I'm going to break it up semi, but probably not the full amount that I would need to. All right, so we got this. I got that. How thick is the line? Super thick, so we're going to go ahead and make that smaller. Let's see. That's still a little thick. Just using the bracket keys. That's probably acceptable. And I'm just going to make sure I have the pressure on. I don't really care about the tilt because I don't really think, I don't really think it does that much. And we'll leave the smoothing about 50%. It's fine. And I'm just going to go through and basically try to draw this. So what I would say is don't do this. You want to apply the same things you should apply to your drawings. Don't hatch it, right? Unless you're going for a particular look. That doesn't look very good. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is one clean line instead, okay? I think it's Y, right? Yeah, Y. So you want to do one line, all right? Not like this. Look at it like a sentence. It's like the sentence is starting, stopping, starting, stopping. You want one nice clean line of one nice clean sentence that says one complete idea. All right. So yeah, let's do that. So we'll go ahead and I'm just going to, I like to try and pretend like I'm drawing it first. I get an idea. Okay, so we'll just say like that, and then that, and then and I'm getting a lot of pressure. This says got pressure sensitivity. Not giving me a lot though. Well, whatever. Okay, and we're gonna go kind of down. Yeah, see, I did a little nublet there. It's not good. Let's not do that. Okay, so then we'll just kind of go like this, and then I'm gonna go like that, and then we'll go wonk, and then we'll gonna go like that, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and bring this guy down and bring this around. It's a little bit off, so we'll try that again. All right, and then we'll just do this to this. Okay, and then this line goes down here, down there. This needs to go a little bit farther. I'm actually just gonna hit V, and I'm just gonna grab that point, and then I'm just gonna adjust a little bit. This is why I like doing it, because I have the stroke as a possibility. Then I'll go back and hit Y again, and then we'll just do little eyes kind of like this, going a little bit off script. He looks grumpy. Okay, and then we just had this one and that one. Okay, why don't we start a little bit of a beak shape there, kind of like that. I wasn't really going to do that before, but and then I'm just going to go whoop, and then we'll go here. Oops, accidentally drew. Okay, and then wonk, and I accidentally pushed down as I did it, which was not an intention, so I'm just undoing. Control Z. Control Z is your friend, people. And then we'll just do, I don't like that very much. Let's just get some eyes in here. All right, that looks like a thing. So we'll call that the head, and I'm just going to rename it, and we'll call it the head. Pretty easy. All right, new layer. Let's lock that one. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. Let's lock this guy. Okay. And then we'll do here, I guess we'll just do the chest. So I'm going to control minus, rename this. Come on, double click. There you go. Rename this chest, and we'll do the chest here. All right. So when I do this, I'm actually going to draw through it and behind his neck and head here. So I'll probably have to separate these two eventually. So we're going to go like so. And that actually should have been a little bit farther. So I'm going to hit V. I'm just going to pull that a little bit more. So see how it's like snapping? I don't really like that. So I'm going to go to View, Snapping, and Edit Snapping, and turn all this garbage off. And hit OK. That way I can put it where I actually want it instead of it like making up its own thing. And we're just going to kind of manipulate that. Okay. Then we're going to go back to Y for the tool here. And I am going to draw, boom. Now what I want you to notice is when you draw your lines, you generally want to draw straights, C curves, and S curves. What you don't want to do is draw like, oh, don't do it like that. What you're better off doing is if I want to draw a shape like that, I would go S curve, straight or whatever, and then, you know, this, and then we could do a C. But you want to draw them as separate lines because you shouldn't have a line that's more complicated than that. So, you know, here, right, it's kind of, it's a shape, but it's a straight against a curve. Control Shift Y? Control Y? Control Y is redo. Okay. So then we'll go down. And then here, again, I'm going to go whoop. And we'll go whoop. And we'll draw a line like so. All right, good. So they'll call that kind of a chest. And then I have a detail here of a collar. And then I'm actually going to draw this center line because that could be like the coat. And we'll draw a couple buttons. I didn't put buttons on there, but buttons would be probably appreciated. And probably should have like a C or something of the whatever there, but we'll call that good. So that's more or less a chest. And I'm going to lock that, make the next one. And we'll call this, come on, We'll call this left arm. Cool. I meant to capitalize all of those. Okay, neato. Arm. Okay. Okay, back to Y. All right, so holding spacebar to do that. So now we're on left arm. Now what I want you to notice is I said left arm. That's actually going to be his right arm, but we go by, when it's 2D, you go by the viewer. When it's 3D, you go by the character, because the character could be rotating 3D. In this case, it's not. So I'm going to do the whole arm as one piece, but really we could do these as like multiple pieces, one for each joint. And I might break that up later when we go to do the next thing, or I might put it in this video. We'll find out. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to draw like that and then draw a stroke. Okay, then we'll cut this around, go like this. And then I did a squiggly detail, which is not really very good. We'll just kind of like that and go around like that. That looks great. Undo. There we go, that's fine. Okay, and we'll do his hand on this one as well. So I'm just going to go, whoop. That thing I said about not drawing the whole lines, I just did it. Because I'm cool like that. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay. That's a really shaky line there. Let's try that again. Okay. And then, good. Really, I feel like this should have a cuff because it's that kind of thing, but whatever. Okay, we'll call that. This could be some cleanup, but we'll call that good enough for now. I'm going to just stop the video, but what we should do is just draw, and then when I do the next one, I'll have the rest of them done. But draw out this arm, draw out. I'm actually going to go to the chest and add this there because the legs are going to insert over top of it. So I'm actually going to which one is that chest? Like that, and I'll lock this, and we're going to select the chest, and I'm just going to go ahead and add the pelvis here. So we'll go like that. And then now it might be weird because it goes like this, but that's where the leg's going to overlap. This needs to go around. So if you look at this here, see how this goes around that, and this one goes around, but it's on the other side. Same thing here. The leg will insert into those, but it's better for it to be round. Okay, so we'll lock that. So then what you're going to do is do this leg and that leg. So arm and two legs. Just do it like I've been doing it, and that should give you a rough idea.